echo in your brain. You know you can't sustain the misconceptions in your mind. One day you'll see for sure what all of this was for. Then you can leave it all behind. The journey begins. I am the one, yeah, that will show the proof. I am the one, yeah, that is searching for the truth. I am the whispers of the logic in your mind. I am an agent of the Logos. In the beginning was found this thing that cannot speak. It's how we all truly learn. It's only ever attained when one lets go of fear. So don't let wisdom pass you by. The journey begins. I am the one, yeah, that will show the proof. I am the one, yeah, that is searching for the truth. I am the whispers of the logic in your mind. I am an agent of the Logos. It was there all along. How could I never have seen this thing that's danced all around? It wasn't until I left behind the things I believed that I could see things so clear. The journey begins. Become the one, yeah, that will show the proof. Become the one, yeah, that is searching for the truth. Become the whispers of the logic in their minds. Become an agent of the Logos. Become an agent of the Logos. We are the agents of the Logos.
And we are live. Welcome everyone. It is it's Tuesday, isn't it? We're still in a bit of a mix up. I think what I'm doing at the minute, what I'm doing is I'm going to be taking people on a journey, and then once this Euclid part, I mean, I know we've been over Euclid a few times, but I'm particularly talking about the people that are in the Discord. This is the honing of an argument, and this is the argument that nobody will ever be able to face, because it's a definitive argument. There's no rebuttal to it. It's just an argument. Call it a tautology if you want. What we're developing here is an understanding that you've got the perfect argument. It's always been there. It's been right in front of your face for all of this time. Yet it's ECV. It's the existential cognitive veiling that occurs on everybody else. I think it's hard. It's too painful for most people to be able to access this argument. It's so simple. The advanced simplicity involved in what we're talking about with this argument is it's it's an argument that we've that we've developed, but it's also, I'd say, like a philosophy, but more of a defense mechanism against modern times, the ridiculousness of what we've been going over. So I'm going to try again. The philosophy's been great. It's not been fantastic for numbers. People don't seem to get it, but I think the benefits that we get from this is it's going to be, well, I don't know. I can carry on doing this, but we have done this within the Discord. So the only way to go out there to progress it, I think, is to show people how this argument works. But it's not, and I'll say it again, this is not a flat earth argument. This is just an argument from reality. This will not be able to be used by the flat earthers within an argument form. And it won't be able to be used by the globe earthers as an argument form either, which is the upsetting thing to most people within this arena. You'll find the reason why so many people badmouth us and so many people slander me particularly for being, I don't know, a liar, a fraud, what, it doesn't really matter, whatever. All of these names will be directed at you if you ever take on any of this argument. So that's why this argument will never make it within the, let's say, earth shape debate arena. It's too real for them. It involves reality, and that's where you're going to go wrong. I mean, by all means, see if you can take this argument to the earth shape people, and they just will not be able to access it. But tonight we are going to go over Euclid, but Euclid from the Hillsdale course. So if you didn't believe me in all of the years that we've been talking about this, this is your chance to hear it from professors. Not from just random people on Discord or random YouTubers or comments within the text section somewhere on a YouTube comment video or maybe on Twitter or whatever. These people are the professors that deal with this. They teach this at university level. And, well, you'll see the arguments that we are going to be making. There are supposedly experiments that are done in reality that nobody can explain. And the reason nobody can explain them is they're wrapped up in a figment of their imagination. They're not even experiments. There's a couple of them that we can think of. I mean, we were talking about it last night with Rumpus and Brenda. Circular arguments, but Aristosthenes, the illogical parts of the Aristosthenes, they just don't make any sense. Now, we can talk about these and how I'm thinking, how the globe earthers and flat earthers alike have both been fooled by non-arguments and non-experiments. And I don't know whether you'd be able to explain this or talk about this in any I don't know. It's not even a debate, is it? A discussion. No one can really have the discussion about the geometric principles involved. And people are probably bored of it. Now, by now, they must be. say not bored of it, but they're used to ignoring it. They're used to obfuscating these very simple facts. Rumpus is doing one at the minute. Nobody can talk about it. Rumpus is decided to come back around, but not talk about his specific test, because he cannot talk about the geometric principles involved in it. And they are very, very simple principles that I think we've had. Who've we had? What's he called? I can't even remember what he's called. Spaghetti Science fella. I Can Science That is what he's called. And he's still out there making videos. And he said that if water forms a plane, then you cannot have a globe. It doesn't exist. Blue Marble has said that he's proved that vertical and horizontal cannot be perpendicular. It's fantastic, really, when you learn about these things. That the shape argument people have come up with that are not even arguments. They just don't. So we will teach you, or I'm going to be, well, I think everybody knows in this Discord, the idea of the argument and the idea of the debate is good. It has a benefit. It makes you able to communicate better, and for you to be able to converse within a dialectic, and that makes you better at rhetoric. You can express things better. So that's what I'm after, particularly, is a debate, a conversation. But what you'll find is it gets wrapped up in what is called a modern day argument. It's a not argument, but it's a way of somebody without an argument being able to engage within an argument. And there are, I call them the shape obsessed people. Those people have been going round for years developing non-arguments so they can be involved within a debate scenario without having an argument. And it's developed itself into an art form. It's mainly an art form of slandering and bad-mouthing people, and then obviously acting like a snowflake whenever anybody says anything like that. I've been in it for 4 or 5 years now, solidly, with a very similar argument, a mathematical argument, a logical argument. Well, basically just a statement. And the discussions that we've had, we've built more and more proofs of the basic statement that we started off with. Can you prove something to yourself? Very simple, very, very simple outset. The idea at the outset was, just between me and Spot On, could we prove something that somebody had asked us to be able to prove, right? Can you prove something to yourself? And you'll never prove it to other people. Can you prove something to yourself? And what is the proof? What does it mean to have that proof? Now, the journey that it's been on has been amazing. And I consider myself as having proved it to myself. So I have achieved exactly what I was setting out to do. Now, because of the slander and whatever that's been laid upon me as I've been proving this stuff to myself. It's not, obviously, there's not many people that want to be able to do this for themselves. I don't know whether people actually think that they can do it for themselves. There's a modern day culture of putting people down. And I don't think that ever should be done. I've tried not to do it. Yeah, we've had a few jokes. We do have a laugh, but we never put people down, and I don't think it should be done. You should never really say that somebody's a liar if there's a chance that they're just holding a paralogism. So I try not to do that, although a lot of people automatically say it about me. Again, that's just slander. And there's a lot of it going around modern day times. There's a lot of tactics that are used in the modern day in order to not engage in a conversation or a discussion, because these discussions may end up with you learning something. And sometimes learning something from certain people isn't liked from other people. I don't know why. I think you should always aim to learn as much as you can. So that being said, we are going to be going forward and doing a Euclid course. It's mathematics and logic from Euclid to modern geometry. So it's a mathematics and logic course at a university, Hillsdale College, and it's ranging from Euclid to modern geometry. So Euclid is the beginnings of this mathematics and logic, and if you come in, you will get the gist of that. Now, I don't know if anybody was around and going over these courses with us, and noticing there's a theme running through it. The professors at this college, these are a progression that take you on a journey, and it depends. If you've been on the course, you will see the journey. If you don't see the journey, hopefully the people in the Discord will pick out all of these pieces and point them out to take you on the journey that these guys are hoping to. I think there's a further journey within it that I'm hoping to be able to piece together for other people. As we've gone on through the years, it's been obvious that everybody is an individual. I mean, that goes without saying. But the way people have learned through their schooling and through experiences that they've had, everybody has a different story to tell on how you learn. Some people see things, some people don't see things. Some people need these things pointing out to them before they see them. And that's one of the modern day things that I believe has been placed within education. People have been taught not to see the obvious things that are right in front of them. And that's what I'm hoping we can get back to, because it seems to be what I have different. Like my experiences as a child or whatever have prepared me in a different way to everybody else, and it's prepared my mind in a different way. So it's become quite obvious that I definitely see things differently than a lot of people, and even the people that are in the Discord. It has to be explained to take you on the journey, because I think it's so different. Everybody's minds are so different, and the way the learning processes are different. And if we can learn from each other through communicating, then we can learn more, obviously, than just reading texts or whatever. There's another layer of learning and another way to learn that I don't think has been it's not been enabled within people through the schooling progress, through the schooling system. It's been taken out, extracted, and it does go through the logic within mathematics. Mathematics isn't scary. Thank you very much, Wally. We agree. I think there's oh yeah, that's the point. Okay, so we're going to be going into the Discord in a bit. So join us in the Discord, and we'll be going over Euclid. This will be interesting. This particular Euclid course. Let me get. I think Betty's put a. Let me see. I'm in talks with Betty.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Right, so here we go. Wally, since Wally's in here, welcome, Wally. He said there was an example of globe drop being shown plain as day. So I said, as a reply to Wally, that Mike Jones is waiting for you to set up a debate about that, isn't he? Blue marble science was mentioned. So that was Wally and some sort of a debate. But it seems like Betty has come up. So Betty says, as a reply to the Wally comment, if I don't, I'll give you this so you can see that I'm not, I don't want people saying we're lying whenever we say that, and people didn't actually say those sort of things, which they do. There's loads of people that say those sort of things. So here we go. In the live chat there. You see that? So Betty is the bottom comment, and it says, I am happy to participate, and I am sure that Wally is, in brackets. Location, ? I have no wish to participate in a forum where people are constantly subjected to thoughtless insults from one side or the other. Is it possible to disable chat? No, is he talking about blue marble science or something? I don't know. Haven't got a clue. Maybe not blue marble science, Betty. I don't know. You'll have to let us know. This was a debate that was talked about between Wally and Mike Jones. But I mean, if Betty wants to come and do a double team with Mike Jones and Wally, Betty, Wally, and Mike Jones, we can set it up. We can set up a room or anything. It doesn't make any difference. We've got staged areas now, so you can jump up on the stage. Can make sure that nobody else can come in, if that's what you're after, Betty. But as you can hear, there is no interruptions that come from anybody in here. If we have a structured thing going on, then it's fine. It's only when people like Brenda and Rumpus, people that have no ability to keep themselves under control, that's where the problems lie. So, Betty, I'd say anytime anybody knows, you can come to this Discord server and have a conversation with anybody at any time, except for Wally. Wally's banned for his own good. Somebody asked us to remove Wally for the good of the globe. So if we can get some Globe Council to give a backing to Wally, that they support Wally in his arguments, then we'll quite welcomely open it back up again for Wally. But he's a liability for the globe, to be honest. It's getting a little bit too embarrassing. So if we can get a confirmation, I don't know who the authority is. Who's the head honcho for the globe within the arena? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Who's the top representative for the globe? Is there one? I don't know. I literally don't know what's going on with the Earth shape debate arena. Most people just don't give a shit. I know I don't. We just live in reality. There are things in reality that you can prove. Mathematics and logic will let you know those things that can be proved. Oh, look, Wally, Rumpus is back in Wally. So Wally gets the Rumpus thumbs up. Now, do we have anybody around here that is able to verify Rumpus as a globe aficionado? Is Rumpus part of the council for the globe? I'm not too sure myself. I think Rumpus might also be one of those ones that's a little bit embarrassing for the globe. But who am I to say? I think generating paradoxes is a bit... But that's what some people do best. Particularly Rumpus. We are doing the mathematics Rumpus. If you would like to come in and explain the Rumpus poll, because that's what we'll be working on. We got a definition of the Rumpus poll. You know, it was quite well put together, really. Rumpus says in the chat, typical globe sort of. I'll put this in the chat because I think this one needs to be shown to everyone, in case you're not aware of Rumpus and his yeah. Nothing in reality can be proved. This is Rumpus saying this, not me. Obviously, there are proofs in reality. It'd be silly to say that there isn't. Rumpus says, try thinking, which is me, Bev. Nothing in reality can be proved. If you had any, capital letters like a shouty any, understanding of logic, then you would know that nothing in reality can be proved, says Rumpus. Well, there you go. Rumpus has done away with proofs. I guess you could just sort of hand wave away the Pythagorean theorem. Just Rumpus says that can't be proved. Rumpus, we don't censor contributions on Discord. We just don't want any gratuitous globe science, Rumpus. And those of us that know it,
you can't unsee it.
Yeah, you don't want to be subjecting anybody else to that. So Oh, if you've done it twice, Rumpus, you copy and pasting it. You can post pictures, Rumpus. Just because we don't want you to be putting videos on and getting like you mental, Rumpus. Everybody can post pictures in the Discord. There's nothing wrong with that. You can post pictures in Discord, Rumpus. Yeah, Rumpus wants to be able to live stream any video that he wants to be able to live stream. You can't do that, Rumpus. We can't do that because this is a live YouTube show. We can't just allow people who would, quite rightly, if they could, shut this channel down.
Yeah, extremely dangerous. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not sure many YouTubers that would allow that to happen on their channels.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
Especially with people like Rumpus and Rumpus's friend, Brenda. Everybody knows that Brenda's intention is to shut down conversation. Whether that's shutting down Discord channels or YouTube channels, or it doesn't really matter to people like Brenda and Rumpus.
Yeah, we can actually give you an example. One of our members has been censored from another Discord server because they didn't like something that she had posted once because they were live streaming on YouTube. So one of our members has been restricted and censored from that Discord channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, everybody does it. I don't know why Rumpus seems to think we're singling him out.
Yeah, Rumpus, are you allowed in all of those other Discord servers to be able to present stuff? Like, you go and if you want to present some of your stuff, Rumpus, and do a presentation, do it to Blue Marble. If you want to come in here and explain something, then post your pictures in the chat like everybody else. You shouldn't need to live present your screen, Rumpus. That's what we're talking about. Discord, as a community channel now, Discord will censor all of the pictures automatically for you. What we can't do, Rumpus, is give you a live stream ability for you to be able to live stream whatever you want. Can't be done. You can post pictures. That's all we want. If you can't explain the Rumpus poll and your experiment or whatever, then put your video out and we can go over it, Rumpus. Once YouTube has given it the okay, we can then go over it ourselves. We'll wait for your video to come out, Rumpus. Don't worry. It's okay. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are keen to know about Rumpus's is it proof of radius? Or what are you going for, Rumpus? Is it a measurement of the radius, or is it a proof of curvature? Which one are you going for? Are you going to go for Wallace, like just a proof of curvature? Or are you going to go for the big one? Are you going to prove a radius measurement method? Well, I don't know. I don't even know why you're here then, Rumpus. You could just come into the Discord and explain to everybody your particular method for measuring is it the radius or the curvature of the Earth, Rumpus? Oh, Rumpus is going to be presenting on Blues, Fight the Flat Earths, and McToons. He'll be doing a video soon. So you've heard it here first. Rumpus will be doing a video soon. I'm sure he's most trustworthy. He's one of the Globe Council. He's verified Wally as being a good guy. And like Rumpus says, he's there to support Brenda. Well, thank you very much, Rumpus. And I'm looking forward to it, to your presentation. Can you just let us know now, is it a proof of Earth curvature, like Wallace, or are you going for the measurement of the radius? Rumpus, which one are you going for? How lofty are your globe ambitions? In the history books, where do you think you would be placing yourself? Above Wallace?
I think he already answered that, didn't he? He said, I will be giving evidence for curvature and giving a radius.
Oh,
So I think
what?
he said
Both? Oh, well,
Yeah.
definitely then.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And giving a radius.
All uppercase and.
One, proof of Earth curvature.
Excellent.
Proof. But like Rumpus did say, there's
proof
no
in
proofs
reality.
in reality. So isn't that a contradiction, Rumpus? How can you prove Earth curvature if Earth curvature is in reality? If
won't
you
see it as
say
a
that you
contradiction.
can't prove anything in reality, that's...
Yeah, he won't see it as a contradiction.
Yeah.
Either that or we won't hear from Rumpus again in the chat because he just contradicted himself.
Yeah.
See, this is what constitutes an argument for these people. You can't prove anything in reality, Bev. Try thinking. Proof of Earth curvature. That's what I'm going to do over at Bedford Canal.
There we go. I'll put that there. And then I will just get this next clip.
That's logic for you. Don't you think?
Globe
That's
think.
logic. Yeah, it's great logic.
And there we go. I know, Rumpus. I know. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I was just using it colloquially.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, colloquial
I
use.
didn't really mean that word.
Not in a formal sense. No. I mean, that could be considered as a contradiction, or maybe even worse. A lie. Blatant lie. But not to
Not in
Rumpus. No.
No, not in a formal sense.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. Rumpus says,
Not illogical
nothing
at
in
all.
reality can be proved. If you had any understanding of logic, then you would know that nothing in reality can be proved. He doubled down on it. And then he says he's going to give proof of Earth curvature. And then he says, I use the word proof in the above in the casual sense. Not in the formal sense.
right.
So
This is the kind of logic you want to build a
Yeah.
philosophy around. I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, screw Aristotle and all those guys. I mean, let's get right into Bacon, and I mean, Bacon would be proud of Rumpus here, I think.
Yeah, this is exactly what I've been talking about within the globe contradiction, right? The people that fight for the globe and people like Rumpus are obviously messed up. He's got a problem, a big problem. Nothing in reality can be formally proved. What's a formal proof, Rumpus?
There isn't one, according to Rumpus.
Well, is the formal proof like a writing it out as a proof, writing the argument in form, forming an argument? Rumpus says that can't be proved. A proof can't be written formally. Are you really with us here, Rumpus? Do you understand what a proof is? I don't think you are.
No, I don't know that he understands why he's going out to do some sort of test in the real world where you can't prove anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to get some sort of acclaim for telling everybody that when he goes out first, he's not going to be proving anything. Or is that only for us because we are strict on our word usage? Do you reckon Rumpus is going around telling everybody else that he's already proved it? It's already been proved. I bet Rumpus is telling everyone.
I would not be surprised at all.
And it's only because other people are so easily fooled. They've gone through an education system where they've been taught to accept the words of people like Rumpus, the contradictory words of people like Rumpus. You can't even use a formal proof of anything in reality. Now for Rumpus. Rumpus, you've fallen to pieces, man. You don't want to keep going like this. You're going to break your own argument. In fact, you haven't even got an argument. Talking about proof is your way, Rumpus, of not having an argument. If you can argue about proof and make it seem contradictory to your own mind, then you might be able to confuse other people enough for them to not understand what a proof is. But unfortunately, Rumpus, the advanced simplicity within a proof, a true proof, a really simple to understand proof, it means that people will take it on as a proof. It's so simple. How could you not take it on as a proof? When things are so simple, and some things in reality are that simple. Well, hopefully Betty might be able to give Rumpus a lesson or two in logic and proof. Although Betty is also afflicted by a Bacon-like scientific understanding, which is very strange because a logician, a proofless globe logician. Maybe that's where Rumpus has got his proofless stuff from. Maybe Betty's been teaching him you can't prove anything in reality. But that's a good opening argument within the Earth-shaped debate, is that you can't actually prove anything. So What's the debate about?
Exactly. What's the debate about, and why go out to the field? Why go out to the field? That's the thing that floors me here. And then, of course, Rumpus comes back after doubling down and then getting called on his contradiction. Says you don't understand the most basic elements of logic and a priori and posteriori. You are so ignorant of everything, Jesus. But then contradicted himself blatantly, and then had to backtrack with the whole, it's not in a causal sense, not in a formal sense. Really, Rumpus, you think you're getting anyone, pulling the wool over anyone's eyes? Anyone? Well, maybe some people. Wally may still be around. I don't know.
We've got this one.
And now Dunning-Kruger.
Wow, Dunning-Kruger as well, Rumpus.
Mm-hmm. He has all the buzzwords, just doesn't seem to understand proof.
Yeah, well, he'll be putting them all in his video when he puts his video out, showing exactly how he's going to perform his method and how anybody else can go down there and do what Rumpus is doing. He's obviously keeping it quiet because this is a brand new method, only devised by George. But I think Rumpus wants to claim it all for himself. We're going to make sure you keep George's name in this, Rumpus. I know you don't understand the mathematics that George developed. You don't really understand and have the ability to present it as a true proof, like you say. You don't think these proofs exist in reality. I think that's because you don't have a proof of the nutsack drop, right? You don't have a proof for the opposite side to the equipotential angle, commonly known as a rumpus pole. You don't even know how it's all formulated together, and you don't have the ability of doing it. And I'm going to show you that, Rumpus, that if you don't put your video out very soon, I will be putting out how the rumpus pole measurement is done in reality, or in the mind, right? Because a rumpus pole is obviously a real thing, but it's a substitute for something in your mind. It's the psychological pacifier. And I will be letting everybody know. Oh, what? No way. Right, well then, Rumpus, challenge on. Who can explain the rumpus pole better?
See how he has to get upset now.
Did he delete that? No. There we go. Let's check this out. That there. Rumpus explained the math to George. Rumpus is trying to take George's mathematical stature within the community of Globe.
I think we called that, didn't we? Didn't we say that that was going to happen? And here it is. Mark it. Mark it.
Walter Bislin's already took Rainy Lake.
Yep.
George is like not even remembered now. They never made a video to say about how sad it was of George's passing. They did for Bob.
Yeah, indeed.
But George got nothing. You should be ashamed of yourselves, Rumpus.
Absolutely.
And Blue Marble Science and Wally. You all used George and you used him up.
And then when we bring him up, we get shit on for bringing up George and giving him his due. Crazy, crazy times.
Yeah. Should be ashamed of yourself, Rumpus.
Told we can't even mention George's name. We shouldn't even be mentioning his name. Well, do they want to strike him completely? Like strike his memory completely? Is that what's going on here?
It is. It is.
They want to pull an Aunt Jemima on him.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Not very nice.
So, all of that stuff that they said about George, him being the mathematical genius, it wasn't George at all. It was Rumpus. Rumpus was the mathematical genius behind George. Whatever Rumpus did, whatever George did for the Rainy Lake, Rumpus was the maths behind that. Rumpus is going to show everybody the globe mathematics involved within the measurement of a rumpus pole.
The psychology here is amazing. Grumpus, do you see this? I have a 200-page document on the maths of the shape of the Earth and refraction that I've been working on for 4 years. Illusions of grandeur.
Years and years ago, he wants to take it. He does.
Wow.
Well, Rumpus, I wasn't aware that Rumpus was the mathematical genius behind the drop for the globe, right? For all the mathematical calculations. I was thinking that Mick West and Walter Bislin did it, but maybe even Robotham. I think it was wasn't it Robotham, Rumpus?
I am not sure. Maybe Rumpus invented this 8 inches per mile square. I am not
Yeah.
sure now.
And gave it to Bislin, you think?
Well, he must have been
Possible.
a student of Robotham, Rumpus, I think. And haven't I been saying that I'm pretty sure that there's a group of people that, and haven't I been saying that Robotham was probably in that same group of people that Rumpus is in? I call them the Flat Earth Society, and they're the ones that give us all of these numbers, like Robotham. That's Granty. Ask Granty, Rumpus. Really? You got the nerve to put that in?
Ranty's
Nathan
way too busy.
Oakley and Blue, etc. Well, that's who you put on your resume, right?
Yeah.
Your references.
Ranty's way too busy doing true life crime with some other dude who likes to walk around
Is he?
insulting his neighbors.
No, I think he's had a bit of time off, Ranty. He's been dealing with issues, let's say. He's been taking his sabbatical.
Oh, I thought he was back.
Well, he's doing his documentary about Fight the Flat Earth, isn't he?
Oh,
Busy.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, yeah. Well, busy. That's what I said. Yeah.
Oh, look. Bislin's calculations are not as comprehensive as refraction calculations, which I did with Phil Nye, the physics guy.
There you go.
Whoa,
Rumpus
look at
greater than
this.
Bislin.
You guys. Wow, Phil Nye, the physics guy.
Bob the science guy? No.
No.
No,
Other
no,
Nye.
science
No.
guy.
Phil Nye. Oh, we're in the presence of
Greatness.
greatness. Absolutely. Here we go. Look, check this out. Make sure everybody can see this. I hope everybody's aware of this. That when we say Rumpus's method for the Rumpus pole, the opposite side angle that he's took off Ruhif, you must have got that from Ruhif, right, Rumpus? The opposite side angle? That was definitely Ruhif. Are you not going to claim that one from Ruhif, are you?
Hold on a moment. there's a delay. Hang on. It's coming.
And we've got, like McToon said, that Professor Dave, the guy that isn't a professor, that's just his YouTube name. Well, he got it wrong. We're just talking about the actual physical drop here, Rumpus. So you know the numbers we're talking about, as stated by McToon when he was telling Professor Dave how wrong he was. He wasn't telling him he was wrong because he was using professor when he's not actually a professor. He was telling him that he didn't understand about the 8 inches per mile squared formula. That's what we're talking about. Whoa, ask Ruhif who
There
did
it
all
is.
of the
I
math
told
on
ya.
the shape of the Earth first.
I told you.
Rumpus. Is he taking this on for himself? Is he
Yes.
like
Yes,
falling on the
indeed.
sword of globe? He's having it all.
Yep.
The whole glory for Rumpus.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, Rumpus.
He deserves a memorial.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Obviously.
Maybe I'm not so sure that everybody else out there is aware that all of this was Rumpus.
Oh, I'm pretty sure no one was aware of that until just now.
Did all of the drop stuff over 5 years ago? Well, Rumpus, can I point out again? It was Robotham, wasn't it? And he definitely did it more than 5 years ago. It's like somebody finding, oh no, well look, I found out that 2 + 2 is 4. Yeah, I did it years ago.
Or inventing the wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, I invented the wheel. No, Rumpus.
I did it
I'm
2
not
weeks before that.
not taking presentations from Nathan and Ranty and all of that. You can't go by past fame because obviously that was a load of bullshit. Thank you very much, Rumpus. No doubt you've got mathematical formulas to work out of something that you may have done a few years ago. Dig them all out. We'll be able to have the explaining the Rumpus poll.
Yeah,
Bev versus Rumpus. Who does it best?
It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to look at your non-formal proof when you have it ready. The proof of no proof.
The proof that you can't have a proof. That would be a good one to start off with. And no doubt you did all of the maths without any proof. That's genius, Rumpus. You did the maths over 5 years ago, but did you know that you couldn't put a proof in your mathematics 5 years ago? Or did you attempt to fool people into thinking that you could do a proof when you were actually just talking about a colloquial sort of conceptual proof? Right. Well, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into Discord very shortly. I'll finish it at 9 o'clock. Jump in Discord and you'll find out why Rumpus is full of shit. And people like Rumpus as well. And I think there's an interesting twist that's just occurred. We'll have a discussion about it in Discord. Some good stuff in there. Thank you very much, Rumpus. Like I say, challenge is on because now I have an argument. I have a development of an argument all based around Bedford. And it might even develop into a psychological break. So you'll have to keep your eyes peeled for this. Jump in Discord and we will have a discussion about the latest developments of Rumpus. And Brenda as well, I guess. And Betty as well. Betty and Mike, there is a debate coming up that Betty has agreed to take on behalf of Wally with Mike Jones based on Rumpus's mathematics, I'm guessing. It is going to be some good times. I'm going to be sorting out some new Buster tracks as well. New Buster cuts for 2023. I think it's needed to show the new hotness within the debate scenario. Has anybody got a preference for a Buster song for On the Way Out? I'll give that. Right, is Rob in here? What do you want, Rob? Which is your favourite?
Let's go with some wisdom today.
Wisdom. Okie dokie. There it is. Thank you very much for watching. Come and join us tomorrow. There will definitely be some developments going on in Discord. I can promise you that. Join us tomorrow or just jump in Discord now. Get all of the hot stuff. Rob Keen's requested wisdom, so see you tomorrow.
It is probably the single most important mathematical idea of all. The notion of proof by circle and line or ruler and compass construction means that geometry can be known about in a way that is different from knowing about physical things, and so makes geometry epistemically differentiated. Furthermore, starting from circles and lines alone and constructing a relationship using circles and lines alone makes the conclusions certain in a way that nothing else was at the time. In geometric reasoning, the argument and the conclusions were made supremely clear and evident to the senses. Indeed, The concept of proof, a mechanism that gave a warrant for claiming geometry to be perfectly and absolutely true, made geometry the very paradigm of what we mean true and certain knowledge to be. In effect, in our understanding of nature, true means true, like geometry is true.
Come go with me. Open your mind. Skeptical mind was all I ever knew. Finding the knowledge of the real world starts with the point of which has no parts. These are the axioms of life.
True.
And I'll take my chances with the old ways, finding the proofs in geometry. And I don't care what all the sophists say. I'll find the proofs in reality. 'Cause they were right.
We call this
We know that they were right.
true. We call this proof, like geometry is true.
Starting with circles and lines alone, constructing the nature of what's known.
We call this proof.
Conclusions are clear and the evidence seen. This 3D space works perfectly. And I'll take my chances with the old ways, finding the proofs in geometry. And I don't care what all the sophists say. I'll find the proofs in reality.
Like geometry is true. Perfectly, absolutely.
And all around you is sinking sand. You have a place on which to stand. Foundations were already built for you.
Absolutely true.
Open your mind, and I'll take my chances with the older ways, hearing the words of what the ancients said. They say my words sound like sorcery, but there's wisdom in all honesty.
True.
Come go with me. Open your mind. Come go with me. We'll find the truth.
Absolutely true.